Hey guys, and welcome to Insight on Karma TV with Ojoma Yusuf and celebrating the youth all over the world. 12th of August is selected every year to just make known and celebrate every youth out there. And on that ground today, I'll be doing more of the youth on my program. So that's why I brought to the studio today Mr. Ahmed Ibrahim.
Hello.
He's also a youth.
I am actually.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
So I think we are both on the same line because I'm also a youth, you're a
Yeah.
youth, and then we're trying to make this happen today.
Yeah, of course.
Alright, so how was your day today? How has been the
Well,
stress and
it's
everything?
been a really great day so far. The weather is cool in Yola.
Yeah,
Yola is mostly
awesome.
hot,
But then
it's-
today
it's
it's something
cool,
else.
So yeah, very nice weather.
Alright. Talking about the youth, right?
Yeah.
We 12th of every month of August
Yeah.
is always selected to celebrate every youth out there.
Yeah,
Yes, I want to ask this little question because we are both youths.
yeah.
Do you think we are doing well as youths in our country, Nigeria? What can you say about the youths? Yeah.
Well, that's a very technical question because you're making me shoot my leg in the foot because I'm a youth too.
Okay,
Well,
yeah, on your own ground.
We
Yeah,
can
you
always
can
do.
speak for
We can
yourself.
always do better.
Okay.
You know, we are trying in different aspects that we can. Because if you look at some sensitive positions now in government, even in the business side, you see a lot of youths trying to make a difference.
Yeah.
And even in the northeast that we're here now, you see a lot of humanitarian work, development work. When you
Youths
peep
are really
into
youth.
the structure of the people working there, they are mostly youths. And I can say we're actually trying, but there's always room for improvement. We shouldn't be relaxed. You understand? But we're actually trying, and if we can keep up with this pace,
It's going
I
to be
believe
good.
that it's going to be very good. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I have this understanding that
Yeah.
the youths are the strengths of every society. Like without the youth, I don't think some things will actually work.
Yeah.
And the people like the youth itself are now being used to really propagate evil and all of that.
Yeah.
So what can you say about that?
Oh, well, the thing is, a lot of people are carried away with the present, not the future,
Okay.
because people just want to access what they can access right now. At the end of the day,
That's
they are
women.
desperate, and when they are desperate, whatever options comes their way, they just go for it. So now, most important thing is a lot of decisions that has to be made. You have to look at what's the implication in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years. If I get this deal to be a political talk for this person, how is it going to have an effect on my life in the next 3 years? So I believe if the youth could, be thinking futuristically, trying to understand what the actions today would result to in a couple of years' time, I believe a lot of things will change. You understand? And we just have to reflect before we make any decision.
All right, guys, you can hear Mr. Ahmed there. He said we should not just think of instant gratification, and then we should just try and think of tomorrow, like 2-3 years from now. If you're being given just 1,000 naira to go out there and become a talk for the election or any other thing, and tomorrow you're done with that 1K or 2K, what will your life tell? Like, what exactly can you bring forth? We'll go on a short break and then we'll continue shortly as we continue on this discussion. Don't forget, this is Insight with Ojoma Yusuf on Karma TV. Thank you.
It's not enough to listen to young people. We need to integrate them into decision-making mechanisms at the local, national, and international levels. This is at the heart of our proposal to establish a new youth office at the United Nations. And we need to ensure that older generations have access to social protection and opportunities to give back to their communities and share the decades of lived experience they have accumulated. On this important day, let's join hands across generations to break down barriers and work as one to achieve a more equitable, just, and inclusive world for all people.
Alright, people, you're welcome back to Insight, and don't forget, it's your favorite show, so just try and like the show, make your comments available, and keep viewing. All right, we're celebrating the youths all over, and I'm sure even if you're already married, if you are below 40, 45, you are still a youth. So don't you can actually join us in this conversation. I've been here with Mr. Ahmed Ibrahim, and he's also a youth from
Yeah.
the Northeast Humanitarian Hall, right?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, come to talk of it, I am aware there's a hub like that here in Yola,
Yeah.
and I think since it's for youths, what exactly do you people do?
Okay, thank you for at the Northeast Humanitarian Innovation Hub. It's humanitarian. We try to find solutions to
Okay.
problems here.
Okay.
And the major approach that we use to implement our ideas is youth centric because even our founder, our co-founder, they're actually in their youthful age.
Okay.
You understand? And if you check that, they're in their youthful age, and that will influence the kind of activities
yes,
we do.
Who they work
You
with.
understand? You know how we work. For over the years, we've been trying to support different ideas that would solve problems because we believe that you have a solution, bringing a solution to a community. It's good to work with existing solution also. You understand that can impact that community.
Okay.
So looking for an existing solution, so you tend to look for people in their youthful age that have that spark of innovation. You understand, right? It has been working so far.
Okay.
Like recently, we did a project with the British Council where we supported over 16 groups with 500,000 naira each.
Wow.
You understand, to solve some social problems in Adamawa State, and the age range was between 18 to 35, which is strictly on youth.
Yes, that's the main
You
part.
understand? So
yes.
most of our
Yes.
programs, projects, they are all youth centric because based on research, it's obvious that youth have that sparking ideas upstairs because they experience firsthand what is actually happening
That's
in
true.
that community.
That's true.
So we tend to work with that, and it has really been very helpful.
Okay, it
for us,
means
yeah.
okay, it means you people have been empowering the youth here in the Northeast
Yeah.
severally,
Yeah.
giving projects and everything.
Exactly.
Wow, that's
exactly.
a good one.
Yeah.
I think in your own attempts to do that,
Yeah.
it means you are actually helping the youth to stay away from idleness.
Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, because idleness is the devil workshop, of course.
Yes, and that will even bring me to the question.
Okay.
When we say Nigerian youth are lazy,
Yeah.
Nigerian youth are lazy.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you think by the time they are empowered like that, because some of them are done with school, right?
Yeah.
And then they say there's no job.
Yeah.
There's no job, and that's why I'm out there sitting down with my phone 247 and every other thing.
Yeah.
Yes, can you just tell us a little about that?
Well-
What can you say to youths like that are sitting at home, expecting manna to come from heaven, and with their certificates, I'm like, okay, I'm done with school, so then I need this job.
Yeah.
But then, how can I get it? So what can you say to them?
Well, of course, it's sad that we still have lazy Nigerian youths. I'm aware of that. I can
That's
see that
really
everywhere.
true.
You understand? Nigerians
Yeah.
have the highest amount of internet users, and if you check, more than 70% are youths. And what are you doing on the internet? They're just
browse, watch
TikToking, browsing,
watch
and watching
movies and all of
movies,
that.
basically. So now it's a wake-up call for Nigerian youth to actually figure that even that internet that we think that is just for social media,
Yeah.
you understand, it can also be leveraged on and use that to develop a skill. You understand? Of recent, there are a lot of self-paced learning courses.
Yeah.
Well, let me take back. The COVID-19 was a blessing at the course because education was still on. You understand?
Online.
People were still learning online while the pandemic was on. Now, those learning platforms did not disappear after the pandemic. They are still there. You understand? So expectation is that now that even things that are back to normal and Nigerian youths are addicted to phone,
Yeah, you
they
can
could
use
take
that time
advantage of the learning platforms already online
and then work on
and
yourself.
work on yourself. It's as easy
That's
as
true.
that. But it's so sad that everybody thinks that the internet is just for social media,
Yeah, to check
for
videos,
TikTok videos and
Instagram,
Snapchat.
and
You
every
know?
other thing.
I know most of us don't like to go out.
Yeah.
Yeah, even me, I don't like to go out, and I tend to do a lot of remote work. Of course, you could be on your own in your house for a week without going out, but then you're still developing
You're
yourself.
working.
Exactly, you're still working. You understand? So it's a wake up call. Since we have the internet and we have phones, use that,
Okay.
and you get what you want at the end of the day.
All right.
So don't be lazy.
I hope you're really hearing. Use that internet for something very relevant. We'll go on a short break right now and then we'll come back. At this point, when you're coming back, we'll round up the show. So thank you so much for following us. All right, guys, and welcome back to the show. We've been talking since on youths and celebrating Youth Day. We just had to bring things out and then enlighten ourselves, enlighten the youth, and then let them know that they have to do things important with their life and every other thing. Yes, Mr. Ahmed, we've been talking about youth venturing into things. We're talking about their phones and all of that, how they can actually use their phones to make money.
Yeah.
Right, at this point now, I would like us to come to the aspect of the innovation and entrepreneurship of the youth. How do you think we can marry this together, and how can they be useful on this aspect?
Okay, now thank you for that question. No, the idea of innovation comes from different angles, and looking at the digital age that we are now, when you talk about innovations, things like intelligence comes into your mind, which is AI, things like robotics, things like 3D printing, things like graphic design, things like programming.
Okay.
All those things comes into your mind because that's where the world is headed for. That's what we call innovation. So now, when you look at that now, when youth are getting ready to equip themselves with those kind of skills. Now, most of these innovative skills, they could also be called soft skills because someone that is a programmer, you don't have to see him before you actually see the work that he's doing.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So when youths now have that entrepreneurial mindset that okay, I want to stand on my own, but how can I stand on my own? They have to start thinking of innovative ways. You understand? You see someone that studied petrochemical engineering, but at the end of the day, he's coding. He knows how to code.
Sure.
You understand? Someone that studied mathematics, at the end of the day, the person knows how to design a robot. You understand? Now, looking at those dynamics, it has actually influenced where I work, which is the Northeast Humanitarian Hub, to have programs, designed that to develop Yola to be an innovative place. For example, now we tend to have the Young Innovators Club at the hub, whereby we have people that their all mind is to do something related to AI, related to robotics, related to 3D printing. You understand? And even about 2 years ago, some of the members of the Young Innovators Club designed a robot limb for a victim of the Sheila boys here, which was monetized, and the person had that hand. And even till date, as the person is growing older, that hand will definitely be changed because of the body is increasing. Aside that too, we from the same Young Innovators Club, we had someone that designed a robot that was like a surveillance system. Now that robot, he kept it at the gates. He could keep it at the gate and controls to a specific sensor. Once you trespass, the robot just sends an alarm to your computer or your phone, wherever you want to be. And this is a boy that is barely 21 years old with barely
here in Yola
with barely a degree in computer science.
Wow.
You understand? So we could look at youth development from different angles and bringing innovativeness, technology into that, will make it make sense. And that's why we watch movies. That's why we tend to read books. It's not just for our own personal entertainment. It's
so
to read. You understand? And when you look at the whole world, people that are making the tech industry move forward, they are mostly youths. You understand? And with that knowledge, it's something that we can also do here. And let me not just keep glorifying the whole world. Even here in Adamawa State, I've worked with beautiful ideas. There's a guy that designed the software here in Yola that he wants to solve the problem of the Sheila crisis. And how does he want to do that? He wants everybody to be able to install an application that you could use to order a keke napep ride.
Wow.
So that it's not any random person.
So you're not just saying any random keke that you're not sure, that you don't know.
Exactly. And that app will not just collect any random keke. He must be registered with the body, and there must be, you understand, there will be a definite relationship between him bringing the app, the government, and the union of the keke people.
Wow.
So that information alone will reduce that gap. You understand? He also made it in a way that you have a QR code on each keke, in the sense that before you go, as you scan it, it sends an information to your people about your location. So you
here in Yola. This for the first time.
So there are actually young, innovative minds have been here in town. You understand? But I believe with good publicity, these ideas will be all out.
And then it will be all
So
out.
with that, I'm quite hopeful that if we look at the bright side and we look at the right side,
Yes, it means
we can actually make a difference with
Wow.
as youths. Yeah.
It means Yola is actually taking another round
Yeah,
already,
they are,
because
they are
if you can have innovative minds like this and they
Yeah.
can create things like this here in Adamawa, it
Yeah,
means
they
something
are,
great is coming
yeah,
up.
Yeah.
Alright, don't just worry that I'm really disturbing you.
No,
I think
it's
I'm going to give you a last question
No
now,
problem.
and these questions will be your call to other youths. You've
Yeah.
said something like this before, but I want you to finalize it.
Okay.
Every youth out there, because some of them, they're already discouraged and they're like, okay, they're not giving us time to showcase our ability, and
Yeah.
all of that the old men are always taking over and we're left behind.
Mm.
Is when they want to use us.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. They want to use us for social team. They'll not miss the youth and say, come out, let's work together and do this together. But on the specific aspect of life, they're
Yeah.
not really called upon. They feel they are too young, so they can't bring out something. So what do you have to say to youth out there? If we can have youth that can really push out things like this, all these numerous things you've mentioned now,
Yeah.
that youth from Yola here can do, it means we actually have the brain already inside. It's just that we need a push to bring them out. Yes. So what can you say to?
Well, two things that I can say to what you just said now.
Yeah.
The first one is that we youth, we should not be angry with the fact that we don't have opportunities up there. You understand? Even the old men that are there today were once youths.
Yeah.
You understand? And they had to prepare themselves for today before they get there.
That's
So while we are waiting for our turn to come, we have to stay equipped.
Yeah, so that
You
at least when it
understand?
comes, you'll be ready.
We have to stay equipped because our turn will definitely come. They won't be there forever. Even us won't be here forever.
That's true.
And secondly, while we are waiting, how do you stay equipped? You know, we have to know how. First, identify what do you really want to do. What is it that you really want to do? I believe so much in passion, whereby what you love
what
doing,
you love.
you know, brings out the best in you. So it's left for us, the youth, to know that, okay, despite I studied physics in the university, I still have serious passion for
this.
journalism. You understand?
And I
Dive
can
into
actually
that.
do well there.
Exactly. Dive into that. You know, develop some skills in that specific aspect.
Yeah, really.
And you would see magic. You don't even have to. There's a quote I know that someone that loves what he's doing doesn't even have to work for one day.
True.
And I believe so
Because
much in that.
You're already in it.
Exactly. The country is too hard for us to start putting so much burden on our head again. So, but once you can pick your passion, you know that this is what you want to learn. This is what you want. Even on your own self-paced.
Yeah.
You have YouTubes, you have different channels online, you have people you can ask.
Yeah.
Even among your friends, a lot of people have different skills. Ask them questions, and a lot of you can collaborate with your knowledge and work together. So, pending that time that we get there, we've developed ourselves. So let's not be angry. Let's be patient and let's keep pushing and keep developing ourselves.
Alright, youth out there, you've heard Mr. Ahmed. Let's keep pushing. Let's not be tired and let's not be angry. It's to still get to our turn. Yes, and we should be ready when it gets to our turn.
Exactly.
Let it not be that, okay, they just hand over a big organization to you and you're like, oh, I'm not equipped. I can't do this.
Yeah, what's the point?
No, seriously. So let's get ready and let's equip ourselves and let's be innovative. Let's be inventive. Let's think and let's make use of our phone properly.
Very properly.
Properly.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for following us. I think this is all we can take on this show today. Don't forget, this is Insight with Adamawa Yusuf on Karma TV. Like the show and also drop your comments. Keep following us and we'll be sure to do you well. Thank you so much. Bye for now.